Actually, I do remember that. I did find a really shitty looking logo, and I wanted to get your opinion on it, but I can't remember what the logo was. All I remember is that it looked like garbage, but I'd love to get your opinion of it.
Alright.
So moving on to the next conference, what was it, Sony?
I think.
Did Sony even announce anything? Or was it just the same shit over again?
I think they've mostly just, like, talked about, like, this is why we need Vaughn. Because he paid attention to that shit.
Oh god, yeah, he did.
Like, he was the person I called immediately, like, to talk about, like, the Nintendo stuff, because...
And he just said, like, I only paid attention to the Sony one.
No, he said, he watched the Nintendo... No, because he has his own Switch.
Oh, yeah.
So he's, and the fact that since it was E3, they were clearly going to talk about the new Mario game, which is one of the games he's most looking forward to.
Yeah, that's true. But,
one of the games that they did talk about that actually is...
It's Sony?
Yes.
Okay.
The one game I did pay attention to is Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah, the one they ended the fucking conference on.
Yeah.
Oh, and also Call of Duty World War II. Dumb fucking name. But it looks great.
I don't know. Although I guess no one on your channel knows this, I feel absolutely nothing but not burning hatred, just like please go away towards Call of Duty.
More of a subtle annoyance than full rage.
It's lived its life. You're milking a dead horse that's on life support.
Right, if it's dead, then why is it on life support?
Exactly. They're trying to revive something that's already dead.
Then you don't put it on life support. Anyways.
Okay, they're trying to resuscitate a dead horse and milk it.
I think you just need to work on your analogy game. But, I mean, like, this new game shows some promise. Like, I don't expect it to be another Modern Warfare, like Call of Duty 4 level of good. But I'm expecting it to not be Infinite Warfare. And let's be honest, that game is utter garbage.
Well, once again, your opinion is lost on me. I thought they've all looked terrible for a while.
Like, here's the thing, though. It's like, okay, so Call of Duty games, the ones by Treyarch generally have a lot of thought put into them. And sometimes they need a lot of thought to get the smaller details out. Black Ops 3, they went a bit overboard, and you sort of needed a lot of thought to get what was happening in the game. And, like, people have made, like, theory videos speculating on, like, the ending and such. And,
at first, I will say that, like, when Call of Duty and stuff like that was first coming out, like
Call of Duty 4?
Yeah, like, really, like, early on when we were, in, like, 6 or 7.
God, I remember...
Like, I didn't really care about it, but, as soon as, like, the Modern Warfare and stuff like that coming out, and all those people started to consider themselves gamers, is what I really didn't like.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare is one of the best received games
I'm not Call of Duty Modern Warfare, I think it was Black Ops. What was the one before Black Ops?
That was Modern Warfare 2.
It was?
It goes Modern Warfare, World at War, Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops.
Well, whatever that point.
Modern Warfare 3,
whatever that
Black Ops
point
2.
was. Whatever that point was, where like the people who play Call of Duty considered themselves gamers. Like,
I think that's been since the beginning.
Okay. I'm talking like the big, like, dumb jocks who like consider themselves gamers because they play Call of Duty and stuff like that.
I know people started giving it shit around Modern Warfare 2, then the shit accelerated around Modern Warfare 3, which I'm totally okay with. The game's horribly overrated.
Yeah, I just didn't like it because it kind of polluted the term gamer.
Yeah, that's why the term "get good" was invented. For people who actually play like games that require a lot of skill.
Yeah, that's the one thing that I like. I will admit that like I can't play first person shooters. I suck dick at them.
That's because you haven't played the right one.
Exactly, and I don't really want to play them. Like, I feel
Not
like,
even like Doom.
no, Doom I would give a try, but I hardly like I consider that a classic.
It's still a first-person shooter.
It's still a first-person shooter, but
technically a top-down shooter, but whatever.
But you know, that's not its sole aspect of existence. It has history. It has like depth, and it has like a large like fan base who actually play other video games and don't just play Doom.
You are talking. You could all. If I just removed all context of Doom from there, I could also use that to describe Call of Duty. Because a lot of people who play Call of Duty also play games like Overwatch. You know, some of them actually play Dark Souls. Believe it or not.
That I find hard to believe.
Yeah.
I don't really think of like when I think of people who play like the people who are like really like big like diehard fans of Call of Duty. I don't think of people who if they want.
That's with any game though. They
That's
just
true.
play the game they're a diehard fan of, like FIFA. Which how the fuck is FIFA popular?
Yeah, I don't understand that either. I've never understood about sports games. Why would you want to play a video game of a sport that you could just literally go outside and do it? Like, I'm not saying that like, yeah, if you're like a disabled person, if you're disabled and you're playing those games, like, I'm saying that's perfectly fine, but like,
Because
there's the people who like actually play sports and then they're going inside and playing this when they literally could be playing the fucking sport themselves.
To be fair, how frequent is access to Wembley Stadium? My point exactly. If you want to play at Wembley Stadium, you either got to be best in the world, or you got to play FIFA. That's pretty much the only reason to play those games. Thankfully, I think Microsoft said that they're adding story modes into these, and at least into their NFL game. Thank God. Finally, something new. But yeah. So after that whole tangent, fuck. What were the 3 games that we remembered Sony announced? Call of Duty World War II.
Spider-Man. I saw the Spider-Man trailer. I fucking loved it.
Yeah, It
looks amazing.
So I've actually not seen the Spider-Man stuff.
It's wonderful.
Is there a lot of like environmental attacks involved?
It's the way that like clearly I haven't played it because you know I'm not in California.
Yeah.
You know I'm not in LA playing it there, but the way that it looks like it's like kind of like Spider-Man Arkham.
Actually, a lot of people have made that comparison between Spider-Man and Arkham Asylum.
I like how it looks. The only thing I don't like is the white spider symbol. That's the only thing I don't like.
Isn't it usually white?
No, it's black.
Oh.
It's black or a very dark blue.
I've actually not taken that much notice into the color of the Spider-Man logo.
I look at that.
I look at fucking nerd. But the graphics definitely look impressive.
Yeah, it does.
The little bits that I have seen. I'm just hoping they have like some reference to the classic. You know, I'm already at full health, or that it gets called Spider-Wuss at some point. Hopefully by Venom.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I really hope that they go a similar direction of like respecting the source material like they did in Arkham.
Yeah. Only thing is that this isn't made by the guys who make the Arkham.
I know. It's just that like it looks very similar. I hope that the people who are making it have the mentality of the people who worked on Arkham, except for the people who thought it was a good idea to steroid up Joker. Those people need to stay away.
That's
from
probably
this.
just one jackass who thought. Just like everyone was freaking out about what to do for a final boss, and this guy just thought, "Let's make the Joker big. You'll have muscles.
Let's make him swole.
Does he lift? Now he does.
Yeah, he's spindly Johnny. Now he's buff Jim."
Okay. What was the third thing that we brought up? Spider-Man, World War II. Oh, fuck.
And they like talk about the new Destiny?
Yeah, Destiny 2, that's it. Now, am I the only one who looks at it and thinks, this looks exactly like the first one?
I've just been seeing... I just see, like, the trailer, like, every so often that they have where it's playing the song from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Which one? The Ooga Shaka or the...
No,
Oh, the new one?
Spirit in the Sky.
Is that from trailers for the sequel?
No, that's from the first one.
Oh, I've never seen the original Guardians of the Galaxy.
What?
Yes, but I've seen the sequel.
Oh, but the first one is amazing.
I imagine, and it's probably better than the second one.
I don't know. The second one is definitely not the same, but it holds its own because
I find
it doesn't really fall into the original always being better than the sequel. But the original is definitely better than the sequel in some ways.
I find the god stuff a bit ridiculous.
What?
Just like, it's like, oh, I'm a god, and I'm also the main villain. It's
talking about ego?
Yes.
Well, yeah.
It wasn't a fun villain for me. It's like,
yeah. I don't know. I feel like what they did with it was fun.
Maybe.
I don't know. I just liked Star-Lord's reactions and how he used the powers.
Drax is funny.
Well, yeah, you love him because he's wrestling.
No, I like him because he's a funny fucking character. Who else would unironically would laugh at his friend's misery?
Any friend ever.
That's true, but fuck, how do I say this? Like, he's just so unabashedly mean, but he loves it, and it's funny.
Yeah, I told you about the behind the scenes thing that they did where Chris Pratt was going through a walkthrough of all the props, and all of a sudden Dave Bautista was just standing there, and he said, "This is my favorite prop, Dave Bautista's biceps." They can do anything, just watch them bend. And then he's just like, "Oh, and these are really cool too. These are Drax knives. Here, Bautista prop. Let's go over there." And it's just Dave Bautista with a dead silent face, just walking.
You mean just a stone
cold
expression? Oh my god! Hey, wrong wrestler.
Oh yeah. This was something I wanted to ask you about. Is there a wrestler called Tapu Koko?
No.
Oh.
Why?
Because someone I was watching. There's two Pokemon called Tapu Koko and Beware. And someone made a reference. They said that they put the two cards together and you get Tapu Koko Beware. And apparently they said that was like a wrestling reference.
The closest thing I could think of is Kamala, but that's not even close. Maybe it's a luchador thing. I'm not too knowledgeable in Japanese or Mexican wrestling.
Yeah.
I love how we spent more talking about wrestling than we have about Sony.
You chose possibly the worst person to talk about Sony with.
That's true. But anyways, you were going to say?
Yeah. Besides, I don't really like how I don't really understand Destiny. Destiny is my experience with PlayStation is minimal. A family friend of ours has a PlayStation and that's what they play, and whenever I go over to their house I play it with them, and usually the whole comedic experience because they're basically laughing about how inept I am at using it. Which I will admit is really funny because this one time a few years ago I wish I had a camera I had a camera with me because I just whatever I was doing had him rolling on the floor because we were playing Call of Duty and I was absolutely sucking.
What, were you just standing out in the middle, pew pew, dead?
No, I was genuinely trying. It's just that I think my reactions is what he enjoyed. Just the fact that every time I died, I think I said something I said something really stupid. I don't remember how, but going on to Nintendo!